All right, you ready to get into this?
I'm ready.
See how much you know today. These aren't questions. These are actually just going to be weird, fun facts. I'm curious to know how many people know this, though. Australia is whiter than the moon.
Wider or wider?
The moon sits at 3,400 kilometers, 2,113 miles in diameter, while Australia's diameter from east to west is almost 4,000 kilometers. That's 2,485 miles.
Wow. I didn't know that.
I didn't know that
I had
either.
to listen real close. I thought you said whiter.
No, wider.
Wider. I know. I got you. I got you.
Yeah. Headphones can increase the bacteria in your ears.
The bacteria?
This makes me want to take off these headphones right now.
Why?
Right. Wearing headphones for just an hour could increase the bacteria in your ears by 700 times.
Is that why I got like the extra wax buildup in my ear
That's
over
so
the last year or so? Nah.
Swear, like, that's why I freaking wipe my ears every single day, because headphones are just gross. Like, I feel like...
Wow. Now I can see like you wearing headphones all the time and it just, putting on dirty headphones over and over again, like how you would just have build up, but just actually putting them on and closing your ears up, maybe because the air not getting in your ears, maybe.
Maybe that's what it is.
Maybe.
I don't know. It doesn't give me all of that.
It's the only thing I can think of.
Avocados are not vegetables.
I think I knew that.
Avocados are fruits because they are single-seeded berries.
I love some avocado.
I know.
I can't remember where that came up at. Someone had said that it was a fruit, and I was like, there's no way an avocado is a fruit.
Kaylee probably told us that. You know, she always giving us these weird, quirky little facts and stuff that she always finds. She comes tells us, and we're like, oh, no.
If nobody ever told me that, I would have still been thinking it was a vegetable. I thought it was a vegetable just because of how healthy it is for you.
Same. It's good for brain development, too, especially with babies. The Eiffel Tower gets taller in the summertime. You could probably guess why, though. I feel like I would know that. I wouldn't have thought about it getting taller, but it actually, when the iron heats up, the tower can be up to 15 centimeters, which is 6 inches taller due to the thermal expansion.
Wow.
6 inches, though? That's a lot.
Yeah, that is. I can see how it would expand.
Do you feel like when you get up there, like the thing...
That's
like
6 inches.
It's up there doing the whole...
I don't know if the Eiffel Tower does, but I know a lot of buildings do.
Okay, yeah, it does. If the big green building downtown Dallas does it,
then the Eiffel Tower probably
absolutely
does.
Absolutely, it
does.
does. Yeah, it's scary when you hear it though. Everything's squeaking and squeaking and and you're like, what the hell is that?
And then, like you said, just the fact that you can just feel it too.
Yeah, human teeth are the only part of the body that can't heal themselves.
That
cannot. Teeth are not made of live tissue and are coated in enamel, which can't spontaneously regenerate. That would make sense, obviously. If you break a tooth, if you crack a tooth, once it's gone, it's gone.
Yeah, and when you go to the dentist, that's the main thing that they preach is like dental health and taking care of your teeth.
Yeah.
Because like you said, once it starts wearing down, the enamel starts wearing down.
Everything started breaking down.
Yeah, I can see that. It doesn't go in reverse.
Switzerland prohibits the ownership of just one guinea pig. Since guinea pigs are such social creatures, one guinea pig would get so lonely, having just one is considered animal abuse in Switzerland.
I would say so too.
That's so wrong.
Because we learned that too when we bought those guinea pigs, that they had to be grouped together.
Yep. You're not supposed to get guinea pigs just one at a time. They definitely need like a social partner.
A social partner.
Yeah. Anybody that has one guinea pig, you are not doing right.
And I didn't even know that as far as like how emotional they are.
Yeah, they're very...
That they could like actually have bad health just because of bad,
They can get depressed and everything if they don't have any socialism in their life. So you guys, if you only have one guinea pig, you're doing wrong.
Hey, come on now. Don't do them like that.
Okay, here's one. Did you know that tigers have striped skin?
Their skin, so it's not
just the fur.
So even if you just took all that hair off at the very core,
they'd have striped skin.
The skin. I didn't know that. Did y'all know that?
I didn't know that either.
And I never even really thought that far as if you like completely like cut all the hair and all the fur off of a tiger, that their skin will look like that. I thought it was just...
If it's identical though, would it be exactly striped on the skin as it would on the fur?
Yeah.
Okay.
It would have to be.
Interesting.
Because of the pattern,
Yeah. Okay.
That's a good one.
Here's another one that's really, really fun.
I bet only a zoologist probably knew that.
Probably. A shrimp's heart is in its head.
Okay, I feel a little better about that because whenever we go get our shrimp, whenever we get our shrimp, it's always head off. So okay, I feel a little better because I don't want to be.
Gosh.
I don't want to be eating like the neurological part of an animal.
No, who does though? Well, never mind. Never mind. If it wasn't interesting enough due to the nature of their open circulatory system, shrimp have no arteries, so their organs just float around in blood.
Wow.
So technically you're wrong.
Really? So it's just everywhere, right?
They got it everywhere.
So it's just one big floating mass of just
stuff. Yeah.
Liquefied organs just floating around inside of his body cavity.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. Now, but I do see why they'd be like, do you want tail on, tail off, head on, head off?
Here's a food for thought, though. We are more creative in the shower. Here's one of the most useful, weird, fun facts. If you've ever felt like you think better in a warm shower, you are probably right. The warm water increases the flow of dopamine and makes us more creative. That's probably why people like sing in the shower. Like you really...
No, maybe that's where some of the most greatest inventors, people that came up with such a great plan or, invented something, maybe they did it while they was in the shower.
No, babe.
No?
No, when smart people are just smart, they're just smart.
That might have been like their most creative point in life.
Okay.
Was whenever they was in the shower.
I beg to differ. I don't know.
I came up with some good ideas in the shower.
Okay.
I can't talk about it, on camera, but I came up with some really, really good ideas in the shower.
I bet. I need you to focus. Okay. What I don't even. Whatever that means. Okay. Okay.
No,
last
but
one.
But that is interesting, though.
Last one. Sloths can hold their breath longer than a dolphin. Dolphins need to come up for air every 10 minutes, but by slowing the heart rate, sloths can actually hold their breath for up to 40 minutes.
A sloth?
A sloth. That is something I
didn't even know a sloth could be in the water.
I didn't either. Like I've seen them in the water, but I didn't know they could hold their breath for 40 minutes.
Well, I guess so, because I've seen like snails. They have snails that be in the water. So yeah, I guess you're right.
Yeah.
But a sloth is just one of them type of animals that I don't even like looking at them.
They're really weird looking, aren't they?
Yeah, they do.
They move really
They look like
slow.
something that came off of like Star Wars.
Yeah, yeah.
Like one of them aliens off of Star Wars. That's what a sloth looks like.
Yeah.
I don't even like looking at them.
You're so right, though. That's a fact. It looks like they're one of those kind of creatures when they walk up in the bar and they have all those things going on with the little funny looking characters and stuff.
On Star Wars, yeah.
A sloth would just go right in.
Yeah.
And they wouldn't even have to change anything. Okay, that's all I got for now. I have a lot of those. Yeah, I like looking at some of these like fun little weird quirky facts sometimes. All right, y'all. All I had to say, let's go ahead and jump into this episode, y'all.
Let's get it.
Let's go.
Tell me if you like it when I kiss on your lips. Guide you through the valley of an ocean. Make you breathe in slow motion. Read your mind and come explore the galaxy. Have a little taste of my gravy.
What's good, y'all? I'm your host, Asia.
And I'm your host, BJ. And this is X the Script. Appreciate y'all for pulling back up. And, man, we got a good show today.
Yeah, we do, y'all. Oh, we got some juicy. I got one juicy confession and I got one juicy follow-up to go with it. Okay, so.
Oh, we got the follow-up, too.
I'm excited to get into this. Yes.
I'm loving these follow-ups.
Yes.
I'm loving how everybody engaged with us. And then they give us like a little follow-up after we've had an opportunity to kind of talk about what their confession is.
Yeah.
So I love it. Because today is December the 14th, just bringing up some people that was born today.
Oh, these are always good.
December the 14th, actually, I'm sorry, the first one actually died today. December the 14th, 1799, George Washington, our first president, died today.
Wow. I didn't know. Okay. Well, that's interesting to know. I guess I never thought about when he was born and when did he die?
1799.
Dang. George Washington, the very first
Think about how
president.
long ago that was.
I know, like forever.
Mm-hmm. That's what I'm saying. This one that you probably would have never even known, but Nostradamus, the French astrologer, was born today, December the 14th, 1503. He had I guess you could say he had something where he could like predict things.
Oh, like a psychic kind of?
Like he was able like to predict some things that actually have happened like in the future. Like some of the things that he's like talked about have actually kind of like come to fruition. So some people be like Nostradamus actually was able to predict the future.
Like, cause he knew like about it. He probably was like one of those.
He was an astrologer, so he looking up at the stars.
Of course, he was an astrologer. He probably was one of them. Like, you know, they probably put him, send him down there and make him human.
Right. He like he came from outer space.
Yeah.
He might have.
What do they call them? Hybrid people. Of course, that he could predict stuff like that. That's he probably been here before.
Yeah, he might have. And also, as far as like one of our native Texans, he actually had a birthday yesterday. That was Jamie Foxx.
Oh.
So we got to give a big happy birthday to Jamie Foxx.
Yeah, wasn't he born in Terrell, Texas?
That's what I'm saying.
He's so proud to say he's from Terrell. Y'all, that's like right up the street from where we are.
That's like 7 minutes from here.
Nobody is in Terrell. Like, no offense to all the Terrell people.
Yeah.
I'm like...
And again, you know,
they're coming up though. They're building the city up. They have quite a few things there, like way more. Even since we've been here, they've started building up.
Yeah,
but before
they've definitely
that,
done a lot of things.
Yeah,
because
Terrell was
5 years ago.
Yeah, you could drive through Terrell and literally see nothing but land, and you'd be like, "Who would want to stay here? There's nothing here."
You'll drive on the highway and won't even know that you passed through Terrell, Texas.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
But it doesn't look like that now. I feel like they're definitely making more effort to build. There's a lot of construction going on, so it's not what it used to be.
So yeah, happy birthday to Jamie Foxx, especially after everything that he's been going through, you know, this last year or so too.
Yeah.
You know, I saw something on Instagram too where he was saying like as far as like his house, whenever he had an opportunity to, he wanted to be able to like light his house up and like do the whole Christmas festivities.
I saw that. I saw he put it on Instagram.
Yeah, so his whole entire like house, I'm almost like the whole estate, like. From the gate to his house.
He went crazy with it.
Yeah, with the lights.
He went crazy with it.
Yeah, so if you need some inspiration for Christmas lights, you look at his post.
Yeah,
it's
don't
crazy.
Send BJ out there. He'll be hanging from the roof, y'all.
Falling from the roof.
I got to go save him from the roof, okay?
It'd be something out of, what's that movie we watched? National Lampoon?
National Lampoon. Oh, yeah. No, your situation was worse.
Christmas Vacation.
I literally had to save you with the ladder. Okay, had I not came out there, there's no telling what would have happened with you dangling from the gutter.
Yeah,
I'm just saying.
Yeah, when we watched that movie, that was like a perfect depiction of what happened to me.
Yeah,
trying to pull us through Christmas lights.
So yeah, y'all, we are actually finishing up Dexter and Better Call Saul over on our Patreon. Finally getting through. We just finished Dexter yesterday.
No, we finished Dexter yesterday. We finished the season finale.
Yeah, we finished the season finale of season 8, which is the very last episode.
Yeah.
Everybody's telling us we need to check out New Blood though. I don't know. Do we need to see the Dexter New Blood show, y'all?
I need a detox from Dexter for a little while because I'm pissed off that they killed Deb off.
Yeah, me too.
Like the writers, how they put that together, like they could have like took somebody else, but not Deb.
Not Deb. I know. No,
I just liked her attitude and her spirit.
Yeah, as much as like I saw a lot of people saying too, like how annoying she was, like as her character in terms of her character. Mm-hmm. But then it's like at the end, like you're so attached and invested, like to these characters, and you really feel like you know who they are. Because they've convinced you so well of their characters on the show, but to see them take out Deb, it's like, man.
And we was talking about it too.
I'm glad y'all waited until the end, because if I would have waited, like that would have happened at like the middle of the show, I would have been.
It'd have been
really
hard
mad.
to continue to keep watching.
Yeah.
Like, why couldn't she have made it?
I guess they got to make it some type of dramatic exit, you know, like.
Yeah, because we even said that
some
too.
people just can't go on with the show, I guess. That's what they decide, whoever decides that. I'm just saying, but.
And that's one thing that you always notice
felt like
with
that
Dexter
when Rita
too.
was gone.
When Rita?
Yeah.
Yeah, but see, that's what I'm saying. It seemed like at the end of each like season, there's some like huge surprise that actually happens that you do not expect at all.
Yeah, that part. So all that to say.
So I like how they kept us on our toes.
Yeah, and now that we're wrapping up, like I guess because we've been doing 2 series. We was doing 2 series since we've actually started doing TV series, but now we'll be able to post, I think, more consistently on the podcast channel, because we are going to continue to do series. We're just not going to be doing 2 anymore, y'all. Just for the record.
So just FYI, yeah. Now we're gonna call this next segment "This or That."
Okay.
All right.
Oh, these are fun.
You got to either have this or you got to have that. Pizza or tacos?
Pizza.
Netflix or Hulu?
Netflix.
Beach or mountains?
Beach.
You want the beach?
Yeah, you know I'm here for the beach.
Summer or winter?
Summer.
Are you sure?
I hate being cold.
But you hate being hot too.
I do. I do. I can deal with the wintertime. I just get tired of it.
Action movies or comedies?
A comedy.
Okay. You always like to laugh.
Yeah.
More than probably watching like an action movie.
They're not bad. I mean, I'm not opposed to a good action movie.
Latte or coffee? This is a good one. Because I know you don't really prefer either.
I don't drink either one.
You gotta have, is this or that?
Latte?
Yeah.
That just sounds better.
Shopping online or in person?
Oh, definitely online. Definitely online.
Why?
Because it's so convenient.
Roller coasters or water slides?
Roller coasters.
You do the roller coasters.
Yeah, I don't know about a water slide.
Okay. So, hey, that concludes this or that.
This or that. Oh,
Yeah.
That was really good. All right, y'all. So now, let's get into this dang on confession. These are my confessions.
See, I stopped. I'm gonna let you go ahead and do it. No, y'all not gonna put me out there like that again. I'm just gonna stop. I'm just gonna be like, these are my confessions.
Confessions.
Yeah.
Okay? So yeah, y'all, if y'all want to send us over confessions, y'all can go over to our website at www.asiaandbj.com. All you got to do is fill out the form, hit in confessions, type out the whole situations. Just don't leave us with the guessing in the gaps, y'all. Give us the full story, the whole 911, 411,
What's the
situation.
411? Yeah.
So we can give y'all solid feedback, but that is how you get your confession to be read out loud on the show. Y'all, everything is anonymous. You will remain anonymous. Even the email that comes over to us is also set up to be anonymous as well. So
It is. Yes,
okay.
yes.
It will stay a secret, just saying. But all of that to say, are you ready to get into this?
I am.
This is about to blow your mind. Okay? This is about to blow your mind.
Hey, I can dig it.
Here we go.
All right, let's go, y'all. Y'all ready? Come on, let's get it.
The title is My Wife Suspected I Was Gay and Divorced Me.
Ooh, just the title alone.
A little backstory.
Okay.
I am a 38-year-old man. I was married for the better part of 8 years, and my wife and I had a daughter who is now 4. I grew up having 5 older sisters. I am the second youngest out of the 6 of us.
5 sisters. Wow.
Oh, wow.
I could not grow up in a household with 5 sisters.
I know. Can you imagine?
I can't.
I feel bad for all the
I don't want to.
brothers. Like there's always like 5 brothers, and then there's the one sister, and she's like, I can't do nothing because my brother's this and this and that, right?
Yeah.
It's crazy. To sum up my family, I am pretty much surrounded by alpha males and A-type personalities.
Okay.
Me, on the other hand, I'd consider myself to be a normal guy. I really hate admitting this part, but though I consider myself a nice guy, I am a little bit of a pushover. How I became that guy, considering the family I grew up around, I don't know, but it's probably my least favorite trait about myself. I'll admit it. Here's my problem. Going back to as young as I can remember, I used to enjoy wearing my sister's dresses, playing dress up in their clothes, putting on their swimsuits, sneaking in their closets to put on their shoes that had heels on them, and I'd even play in their makeup. I've always told myself and my mom that part of my life was a phase. The crazy part is my parents allowed me to do it. My sisters would always be grossly disgusted that I would try on and wear their clothes. What I can't leave out is how my parents found what I was doing as a kid to be innocently comical sometimes, and they would take embarrassing photos of me to capture some of these moments. I probably did that until I was in the 8th grade, and one day
Ooh, 8th grade.
Yeah.
That's going into high school.
Yeah.
That's going in high school, babe.
Yeah, that's junior high. So yeah, I probably did that until I was in the 8th grade, and one day it just wasn't fun anymore. Quitting the phase made everyone in my family feel so much better about me growing up. My sisters would call me all the names I won't name, but it eventually was what made me snap out of it. Saying all of that, at this point of my life, I'd consider myself to be a well-rounded individual. I made good money. I used to take care of my daughter and my now ex-wife, who never had to work. I wore the pants. Nonetheless, I thought we had a solid relationship. About 6 months ago, we were at my parents' house for my 6-year-old niece's birthday party, and I couldn't even imagine that bag could turn into my worst nightmare. My mom began bringing out old photos and pictures of the grandkids, which everyone was oohing and awing over.
I'm doing it right now.
And then, well, you could probably guess what happens next. She started showing videos and photos of me and all of my other siblings as kids. At first, we pointed and laughed at some, recalling memories, but then they started getting worse. Well, at least for me. She started showing the most embarrassing photos of my childhood, pictures I would take to my grave if I could hide them from the world. I immediately tensed up and started sweating. No one, other than my parents and my siblings, had ever seen these photos. I wanted it to stay that way. And then the bombshell. The first most embarrassing photo came, one after the next, after the next.
What was on the photo? Particularly.
I mean, probably some of that stuff that he's referring to that they would take pictures of.
Right.
But it seemed like he didn't like it then. So, but they were just taking pictures of him just to say, hey, smile. Let me see you in your dress, I guess, you know.
That's kind of weird that they want to take. Okay, keep going.
I yelled at my mom to please stop sharing these pictures because, well, that wasn't who I was anymore and not who I am now. It was laughable. It was a laughable session for everyone except me, and especially my wife. She hadn't once cracked a smile. I couldn't tell what was going through her head in that moment, but I felt it wasn't anything good. I watched through the corner of my eyes, my wife continuously shake her head, and I could see the exaggerated confusion written all across my wife's face. After the party, we drove home in silence, got home, put our daughter to bed, and my wife didn't wait longer than a minute before she started questioning my sexual preferences. She straight up asked me if I was gay. Do you like men? Have you thought about being with one? Every time I answered, she called me a liar and said she was being used as a cover-up of who I really was. She also told me to sleep in the guest room. I couldn't be more clear that the pictures were only me being a kid, nothing more. I didn't understand why she was so upset. That night in the guest room turned into every night for 4.5 months when my wife finally filed for divorce. She hardly spoke to me. She treated me like I was a roommate. She cut off all the intimacy and only communicated with me when it was about our daughter. After the divorce, she said we can be friends, we can co-parent our daughter, but she insisted that she cannot stay married with me. I loved my wife so much, and I've been very depressed since all of it went down. My life has very much changed, and I'm still heavily heartbroken. I've had the worst arguments with my mom and dad about what they did at the birthday party, but they both denied that our divorce isn't any of their own doings, and the rest of the family agrees. I feel like I lost my wife and my family because of what my mom and dad did, and I'm having a hard time getting over what they did to my marriage. And yet, no one seems to care that my life has been ruined. What are your thoughts? How can I recover from this? Or how do I move on? For the record, I am not gay. There's nothing wrong with being so, but for me, it was nothing but just a phase. Signed, Anonymous.
I'm completely perplexed right now. I'm perplexed
I'm
and
waiting on you to say something. You looking at me like I'm looking at you like I
can almost say that like this confession should also be like, am I the asshole? Because I feel like the mom is an asshole for even like still having them damn pictures around.
I don't know why she would bring something like that. I feel like
why would she still want to have them?
Not only that, but why would you even show them to everybody? Like it's supposed to be, if you showing pictures, like show pictures that everybody would want to see. Like why would you bring up something that's so embarrassing and perhaps might be something that's sensitive to him? Because He was a kid, so
probably something like that.
And then in front of the entire family at a birthday party. So I can
sure.
only imagine like his wife seeing that for the very first time, and she had no idea that this phase even existed in his life.
Because he didn't even bring up that, that he previously, spoke about, his childhood. Like he didn't say any of that. So I feel like this was like just a whirlwind of emotions, almost like a slap in the face. Or somebody hitting the brick wall like, oh, I didn't even know that about you.
I feel like that's probably what that would be a shock factor to somebody to find something like if I'm not even going to lie. Like if I was
what if it was me?
That's what I'm saying.
Think of it from that perspective. You never knew about it. I never said nothing about it.
Yeah, I'd kind of be taken aback. I'm not going to lie. But just the fact that you tell me that you were a kid, but like for it to go on all the way up into the 8th grade, that just seems like really far. Because at that point, like if I were like, if nobody knew, okay, because there's a chance that even at school, none of his friends knew any of that. And if he said like he wasn't gay, he probably just wasn't. He had a bunch of sisters. So playing with their dolls and playing with their clothes and stuff.
But that only happened to me one time.
What?
Where my sister wanted to put makeup on me. Like that happened to me one time when I was like maybe like 9 years old. And she was like, we just want to put makeup. No, sit still. We gonna put something on your face. Not like a whole face of makeup, but just like.
Oh my gosh.
But
did she take a picture of that?
I don't think she took a picture of it.
Okay.
Could there have been some other signs, some other things that she just seen in him?
Other than him being a pushover, he was like, that's the only thing I feel like that makes me different from the type of people that they are. Like they're more probably, firm, confrontational, obviously A-type person. Like you dealing with probably borderline like narcs, to some degree, like alpha males. Like these are people I would guess probably, hardcore military backgrounds, grandfather, father.
Just alpha.
Right. Uh-huh. Nobody is harder than me. And then he ends up not being that type of person, and maybe like her being around the family for as long as she has. Mm-hmm. And then seeing what type of person he is, maybe, that probably put questions in her head. Like
it would have to be, because that's where I'm going. That's kind of where I'm going. That's
the only thing I can think of that would make her question that.
And I bet in that situation, when his mother is showing these pictures, I bet at that moment he felt really, really small. Like, when you get that feeling of just embarrassment and almost like singled out.
Yeah,
how it makes you just feel it almost makes you shrink. Like I could just imagine that feeling, especially when it comes to like things that you did when you was a child that as an adult that you pretty much are against or that you wouldn't even believe in to this day.
Right.
And then for her to bring something up, because that was when he was a young child up until he was about like 13 years old, and now he's 38. Mm-hmm. Like so much time has passed. That's like 25 years.
That's what I'm saying. So I'm like, how is she penalizing him for something that was so long ago? That's just, what makes,
I think it screwed her up. I don't know why or how, but for her, I just think it just screwed her up to some degree. Like seeing that and then being like, okay, that's my husband. It probably was like a mind freak. But I don't think that's anything to divorce him over.
I don't either.
At all. Like, not even close.
I feel like, no.
Like you said, it would bring up questions and I would want to know.
Yeah.
And you might even find it like funny, but, I'm sure it's kind of like touchy to him.
He obviously is like, I'm not that person anymore. I'm not, like, that was what it was. It was just a phase. Like, my mom thought the same thing. And so I don't know. To me, I almost feel like they brought it up and for it to be more of like a laughing factor for everybody to laugh at it. And
I would think so too.
Remember that he had on my yeah. It just completely just got blown out of proportion by how his wife reacted to it, obviously, because she didn't make a scene. It sounds like she didn't make a scene while she was there. She didn't say nothing, but she wasn't laughing with everybody.
Because he didn't say that she was laughing or that she found it comical.
Like he said, she looked confused. Like,
so it's almost like a point of like confusion to embarrassed.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I guess, and he's asking like, how do I get over something like that? For one, I feel like it would have to be something for me. I feel like I would need an apology from my parents for even doing something like that. Like, whether they believe they did wrong or not, like, I'm, as your child, as your son, like, I feel like that was not appropriate for you to bring it out at that time. And if it was something like that, then like, let us laugh about it. Because obviously I feel like this isn't the first time that he would have had an opportunity to tell them how he feels about them having those pictures. Like, at one point or another, he probably have seen them, or it came up, or like, knowing that they were taking those pictures. I would be like, can y'all get rid of that? Like,
or even if the conversation came up where, they talked about things in the past, childhood things of that nature, and they brought up like, oh, you remember that time when you did X, Y, and Z? And he would be like, I don't really want to talk about that. That's the part of my childhood that I would like to kind of omit and leave out to some degree. But I just couldn't imagine like the feeling that he felt when his wife is sitting there looking at it.
And I feel like they would like respect his opinion in regards to something like that, especially since it's something like that. Like, we live in the world that we live in today, and you walking around like I just feel like you bringing up old stuff. Why are you bringing up old stuff?
That's what I'm saying. Because if it's 25 years ago, I feel like she kept those pictures and brought them out, like you said, too kind of embarrassed, to find something laughable about it, to laugh about it, to laugh at him about it. And then, like you said, because his sisters were there too, right?
So I wonder,
the whole family.
Yeah, right. The whole family. So probably their husbands, their cousins. I would imagine the grandkids were there. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
so,
they definitely owe an apology, even if they thought that they were doing something out of like just being funny. Just let's have a laughing moment and just laugh, ha ha, chuckle. But for these chain of events to happen, that now she's divorced him. Prior to them getting divorced, like, she stopped being intimate. She wasn't even really communicating with him.
Yeah, it's like she just cut him off. Like, whatever he said to her, like you said, she was just calling him a liar. Like, as if she wouldn't even believe that he couldn't be somebody different than who he was at that age,
But
I don't know how young. He said as young as I can remember, I guess. So maybe he had been doing this for a long time. Like, there probably were a lot of pictures.
And if it wasn't a lot of pictures, it's probably just been something that's in his childhood. Because I guess,
right? Like, I don't know. Because I'm just trying to think hypothetically.
Because we've seen like some controversial things like that when we watched like certain reactions to people like having like these gay prides and people bringing their children there.
Right.
And they will talk about, well, yeah, I want to bring my young child here to expose them to a gay pride so they can develop their own, opinion about sex.
Right.
As far as like you said, being a free thinker to figure it out for themselves. But I just feel like at some point in time as a parent, you got to kind of like sit him down as a male to let him know what a male is and what the expectations for a male and what the expectations for a female. I
guess where I'm a little bit confused though is like how you have like alpha male and A-type personality people in your family, and they would allow that kind of stuff to go on, because I feel like that they would have stopped that. Like, like you saying, basically what you're saying, what your mom would have did, what, most probably a good chunk of parents would have done, especially with their sons and their daughter. You know what I mean? Like,
yes.
You can't put on a dress. Like,
yeah, because I just think that's confusing for a child, and then to allow them to keep doing it. I mean, I'm glad that he was able to like differentiate what his sexuality was, and he just made that decision to say, "Oh, I'm straight. This isn't a part of my life anymore. This isn't anything I want to do. This was just more of just like investigating or experiencing.
Yeah, trying to figure it out type of thing. But
everybody figure out in their own way. I can't sit here and and judge what he should do and what he should do. As a child, I mean, he figured it out in his own time. But like I said, for her to go to the length to want to divorce him, I'm really wanting to know, like, and get down to the bottom of it. Like, are there any other like underlining questions, anything that she's seen in their marriage that will like make her feel like she's confirming that, okay, he is gay?
The only thing that's the thing. The only thing I could think of
I would really want to know.
Maybe he just wasn't like that forthcoming, strong, firm, affirmative, alpha, beat your chest man to her, just in terms of them being together in a relationship. But that's it. Like,
is he a little sassy? That's what I'm saying. Like,
they've been together. If they were married 8 years, I mean, they were together before then. So
since he was 30.
Well, I'm just saying, like, how long did they date before they got married? And like, how didn't she see any of this stuff beforehand before marrying him? I just feel like she wouldn't have seen that if that was not something that was present for her to see.
Yeah.
But that doesn't, I guess.
They dropped the bomb on her.
In a sense, like, it still doesn't make it seem like that was never the case. Because, I mean, we know that, you can hide whatever you want to hide from somebody if you try hard enough. But I genuinely think that this man is not gay. And just because he's not that super duper walk with his chest out type of guy.
Yeah.
That
super male bravado type of guy.
Yeah, she just automatically just assumed and had these strong assumptions about him and got rid of him. I just don't think that was fair. That wasn't fair to him, and it was unfair to be treated the way and for her to just be as irrational as she was in something like that. Like, she literally was like, don't sleep in here, don't come in here, sleep in there. If you need something about our good daughter, that's the only thing we need to talk about. Because other than that, like, stay the hell away from me.
Yeah, but she should have tried to find a way to communicate with him and
that's what I'm saying.
To talk this whole thing out, to try to really, really figure out some things rather than, like you said, having this knee-jerk reaction.
And on top of all of that, I do think your mom and dad, they really messed. I would blame them, and I would blame them, and I would blame them, and I would just want an explanation as to why they did something like that and why they thought in that moment that it would be something funny for them to present that type of stuff in particular in front of people who have never seen those pictures before. So now everybody, regardless of what the family thinks of or what they thought, like, now, like, what do they think now? Like, I almost feel like I would be embarrassed to go around them because of what they think about me.
I would be embarrassed. Like, I would be hardcore embarrassed just thinking about, because we all have things in our childhood, and sometimes we bring up like old pictures and oh, you were snaggletooth, look at the clothes you had on back then. Do
you think in a forum, like, they are like outcasting him a little bit because he is a little bit of a different person? Like, and I say different respectfully, like in a way of not being like everybody else. Like, because I feel like I could say that about me.
Yeah,
like, I'm not like everybody else in my family. Like, I'm not.
Yeah, especially if they're alpha males. I feel like they did that as a way of like making fun of him as an adult.
I do too.
And just bringing that up.
So in a way, I feel like he was kind of, that was a I hate to even use the word, but like a really kind of a bullying situation. It's like, let's just see what he does and how he reacts to this. And really, he got the worst end of it.
Yeah, he got the short end of the stick.
Yeah.
But still, even if they didn't feel like that they're culpable of any of this or it leading to a divorce, I feel like still though you owe him an apology.
Absolutely, the whole family does.
Even if you thought that it was done with good intention.
Yeah.
Because the outcome wasn't a good intention.
Well,
it didn't turn out good.
They thought, and why they feel like they didn't have anything to do with it is because they probably thought they were doing it with good intent. Like, oh, we're bringing up memories. Everybody's laughing. We're oohing and ahhing. We're all laughing. Remember that time? Ha,
yeah,
ha.
but
and then it got to that, and it was like, no, this shit is not funny.
Because this is a little more touchy. This is a little more touchy as far as like on a personal side.
He's probably traumatized by this whole situation.
I just feel like
He's lost his whole family.
Yeah, I just feel like the damage is already done. If she's already went to the length to divorce and move on, then I feel like there's nothing else that you can do. I feel like he probably already went and put out all the stops to try to avoid being divorced. I'm sure he tried to communicate with her and try to get down to like what's really like irking her
and
about
maybe
this whole entire situation.
Yeah, like maybe there's an underlying issue with her and her past experience or something. So something like this probably just triggered her and she was out. Maybe that's something else that
I just feel like her initial reaction was like, he was gay when he was younger. And then he changed.
But why? Okay. And if he was, then
that's what she's thinking. And
does that make you change if whether or not you want to love somebody or continue to be married with them because of what they did in the past? Like that's the same thing for like somebody else that was bisexual. At one point in time, you liked both,
right.
But you end up getting married, and it's just like, okay, but that was the time of my life. So why am I being held to that?
I don't think that whole situation should have led to a divorce. It should have led to like some type of communication and talking about it, but I just can't believe that she would divorce him over something like that.
Yeah, I hope that you can find some peace in your heart, even with your own family. Like if there's nothing else, like try to work through trying to forgive them and work through your heart of forgiveness and find happiness somewhere else, like where it is deserving. And I don't feel like you owe anybody an explanation of something that you did as a kid. Like we all have things that we've done in our life that we're not proud of, you know, maybe a part of your life that you would like to bury forever because it's that one thing that you wish that you wish you never did or that you were a part of. And, you know, for what it is, like the person you are today is the person you just continue to make better and focus on that, you know, focus on your daughter and taking care of her and raising her the right way. And you just focus on your own happiness and move forward. Like if somebody can't see past your flaws or the things that you did at that age, like, then I don't know how human they are because each one of us can sit down and tell a story that would embarrass us, that we'd be embarrassed to say, to talk about, to bring up, to show pictures of, to like everybody. So, you know, like, what else can you say?
Yeah, you just got to move on, because at the end of the day, the people that's going to be in your life, they're going to be in your life.
Yeah.
And the people that really, really, truly love you, they'll see past something like this.
Right.
You know?
Right. So I'd say don't change, you know? There's nothing, I can't say that you did something wrong in particular. Yeah. I don't know what it is that you did wrong other than just was trying to be a part of the family. Like, and sometimes when you are so different from everybody else, like you get treated different from everybody else. And it's an unfortunate reality, but it is what it is, you know, but
we appreciate this confession.
Dang.
Because this takes a lot for somebody to to bring this up and to tell and to really like tell about their life and something that they're going through like this, because this right here is like gut wrenching.
Yeah.
It's very, very difficult to have to deal with.
Yeah.
Because you can't get it back. Right.
And obviously it's something he can't go, like, maybe he has, but it's like you gonna go run and tell the world that your wife left you because she thought that you were gay? Like,
yeah.
What?
How do you even get over that? How do you even explain that to somebody, if you have to even explain it to them?
Yeah.
You know,
why we're not together? Like, I can only imagine what he has to come up with for that story.
Yeah. Even
because he doesn't want to go to that level. Like, it sounds ridiculous. Like, oh man.
Yeah, the people that's gonna be meant for you, they're gonna be meant for you at the end. And again, like I said, I feel like he had something down the line, something down the road is coming better for him.
Yeah.
You know.
Yep. That's man. Damn.
But yeah.
Whew.
Screw the family though.
Screw the
family.
Tough. Yeah, that was tough. That was wow, man.
I couldn't even imagine. That's why I was sitting here like, I'm like, babe, what would happen if you found out something like that about me?
Yeah, I don't know.
Babe.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, but that's what I'm saying. I'm like, you can't say that you're not going to ask questions or you're not going to be like in your head about it. Like, what the hell? Like,
what the hell was wrong with you? Why
were you doing that?
Why? Right. It's going to be a lot of question marks. I
would have a lot of questions, but like, I mean, shoot, if anything, proceed with caution. But I'm just like, damn, like, I don't know. Like
that too, but then I would also be like, I can see why you wouldn't bring it up, because it is. If you do feel a way about it, kind of like where it's embarrassing because that was something that you did as a child, I can see that.
But I feel
I can see that.
I would see the signs and stuff like that. Like I feel like before something like that would have came up, I would have already been seeing signs and maybe already had questions in my head before I got like that type of confirmation to say, okay,
I get it.
What I've been thinking. I'm not crazy to think that, but just to be like, oh, that's the first time, and you had no type of speculation whatsoever prior to that. No, I got a problem with that.
Yeah,
I absolutely have a problem with that.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. If you already speculated it,
yeah,
then that's different.
Okay, so all of that to say, y'all chime in down in the comment section. Let us know. Give us your thoughts on that. I mean, I don't want to say be nice, but be honest.
Be honest,
and just
don't be brutal.
Yeah,
but just be honest. You know what I mean?
Yeah, be honest. Like episode 19, we had a really touching confession about having just a biracial family, like a love story like no other. Two people having a beautiful family together.
Wonderful love story for sure.
Yeah, and unfortunately, y'all, if y'all didn't see episode 19, y'all have to go back and watch his confession and listen in on it, because that particular story actually hit home for both of us. Both of us were able to chime in on that and really give like our own personal input and feedback on a situation like that. Mm-hmm. So in essence, these children are involved in this family. And one side of the family likes one child because one's darker, and one side of the family likes the other child because she's lighter.
Right.
You know, so this is a follow-up to that. So I'll just read the update.
Yeah, I'm really interested to see how it's going now.
Yeah, the name of the episode, though, for episode 19, it was Choosing a Biracial Golden Child Based on Their Color. So if y'all didn't get a chance to chime in on that, y'all definitely have to go back and watch that. That was probably, one that hit home.
Very good topic, too.
So here's a follow-up. This is a sad update on the episode Biracial Golden Child. Extra info. I would like to start with saying that I appreciate you taking the time to help me. I watched the episode with my husband and listened to what you, Asia, and BJ had to say in regards to how we should handle the situation. Mm-hmm. Me and my husband took your advice. We made one video with just my husband and myself explaining exactly what was going to be happening from here on out. We explained that if you want to see both of the girls, you could, but they would have to come to our house to do so. We also explained that we don't see color in our home, and if you do, then there's no need to even come around. If you can't love both of them equally, then please stay away because you are not welcome. We sent the video out in a very large group text with both of our families. We also said that we would not be going to either family's house for Christmas. If they want to see us, then they are more than welcome to come over and eat dinner with us. The amount of nasty things being said from both sides of the family was unreal. So we had a come to Jesus moment and said that we didn't want any of our families to come over, and we are done with all of them. It was a hard thing to do. Yeah, it was a hard thing to do, but it was necessary for the happiness of our life. I have blocked everyone on social media, and so has my husband. It's really been nice to just concentrate on my husband and our daughters. My husband got a job offer in Dallas, and he turned it down at first, but after all that has happened, we decided to accept the job.
Yeah.
I know, right?
Kudos to you guys.
Yeah. I'm nervous because I'm leaving everything I've known for the unknown, but on the other hand, I'm happy for a fresh start. My youngest daughter wanted to call her Nene, her grandma, that would be my mother, and I was like, okay, but it's going to be on speakerphone so I can hear what is being said. My daughter was crying and telling her how someone at school was making fun of her hair. They called her hair nappy, and my freaking mother said that why is she crying? Because it was the truth. I grabbed the phone and proceeded to tell my mother that what she said was wrong and very hurtful, but she didn't care. It was at that moment that I had to walk away from our families for good. I'm so done. I appreciate your words of wisdom, Asia and BJ. You guys are changing lives one confession at a time. I love you guys.
Hey, we love you too. We really love you too. And like I said too, kudos to them too as far as like getting a fresh new start in the city of Dallas.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I know the hardest part about all of this, like, and as I said before, I know that it's extremely hard being that you're having to deal with your families, the family that you grew up in, the family that you've grown to know and love so much. But now that you have your own family, it's like that becomes your priority. And over time, like, I feel like it's going to be a hard adjustment. Like there's nothing fun. There's nothing easy about just walking away from a situation like that. But when I tell you that this might actually be the beginning of something great, something new, something obviously fresh, because it is a new start for you, but watch how everything around you, like the expansion of like everything, just your life, when you have your head in the clouds and everything is going on around you constantly, and everything seems so convoluted and you can't really think. And once you step back and take yourself out of that situation, you'll take yourself out those clouds, and everything becomes so clear. And it's like, what the hell was I doing this entire time? Like, how did I not see this? And everything is going to change. Your life is going to elevate. And it may not be with the people that you feel like should be there, that you love so dearly, but when it's like that one thing that you have to sacrifice, and because I feel like that's exactly what it was. Like, it was a sacrifice, but then everything in my entire life just changed. Like, it just changed. And one day I was able, like, I could breathe better. I could think better. I could see clearer. I could, like, everything, So all of that to say, I guess if mountains didn't have dips and slides, there
Peaks
wouldn't
and
be
valleys, right?
There wouldn't be anything for you to climb. So keep on going up and know that it's not going to be easy. It's not going to be easy. And I know it was a hard decision.
At all, especially like when you're, making that decision to like pull away from your family. And for some of us, that's all we know is our family. And now this is like a new beginning. I feel like all the signs are starting to come together. I feel like it's perfect timing. Sometimes you might feel like, why is all this happening? Why is this happening right now? It's that timing from God to show you that you're on the right path. You're going in the right direction.
Yeah.
And you just got to keep going through it. You got to go through that proverbial storm to get to the other end of it, to get to where you want to be at.
Yeah.
And definitely, obviously, with him taking the job here in Dallas,
a lot of
huge opportunity to get away.
Yeah.
And like you said before, just to be able to like just focus on themselves. And she even said that it actually feels good to have that feeling of like, now I can just focus on what I really, really want to focus on. And this makes me happy.
Yeah. Yeah. Because you get to take your power back. Like, now you are back into your, like, you have everything back into your control. Like, you didn't tell them that they can't see them. You didn't cut them off. You didn't say that, like, this is going to be the last time. All you doing is just creating
boundaries. Exactly.
Yeah. Like,
exactly.
Okay, yeah, you could talk to him. Just know you're on speakerphone and I'm listening. Or yeah, if you want to see them, y'all can come over here and see them.
Yeah.
But that's when everybody starts backpedaling. You're the worst person because that's when you start taking all the shit, right? Because now everybody got something to say about what it is that you're doing because you set the boundaries. Because you saying this is the way it's going to go for me. This is how I want it to go for me, like for us. And get ready.
That's the typical response from someone who don't really understand the boundaries that you're setting in place. That's usually like the typical response that you're going to get from somebody, which is going to be like negativity and the pushback
Extreme
from you setting the
pushback.
boundaries. You know what I mean? And at the end of the day, you got to just continue to just press on and just know that what you're doing, like for the happiness of you, your husband, your children.
Don't
like,
let your foot off the gas.
Like that comes first. Now, one time, did any of the grandparents talk about like what type of man is he? Does he take care of his children? Is he a hardworking man? Is he truthful? Is he a proud father, a proud husband?
Loyal.
Like any of those things come up outside of like what color you are, what color your grandchildren are.
Because I can tell you, they've picked them apart. His family's picked her apart, what type of white person she is. And his family has done like the same thing about, what kind of black man he is. Like, they have picked him up. There's nothing that you can find in them that they're going to say that's good about either one of them.
Right. I'm just like, what, at the end of the day, what is his character like? Is he good or is he bad? Like the real things that really matter in life. It's all about who that person is. It just has to be way more than just color. Got to be way more than just skin deep. Mm-hmm. It has to be more than just skin deep.
Yeah. And when they can't look past like anything else and find anything good in people, I'm just like, I think people are always looking for the good in people in general. Like, I think, the bad naturally comes up because it's not something you necessarily have to go find in people. They'll show you who they are,
mm-hmm. They will.
without you even having to look for it. They'll show you. And when they do, believe them the first time.
You never want to jeopardize like your happiness, especially when it comes to like your family and like your core values. When you give that up, you'll never have like true happiness, and it'll always be a problem. Right.
Oh, yeah.
The best way to alleviate a problem is to get far away from it.
Right. Yeah. And for the record, like I'll say, our word is not golden. We're only just giving you like our opinion based on our experience, especially when it came to that particular situation. So it's like, I feel like I'm listening to somebody tell me a story about me. Mm-hmm. Only is just in a different case scenario, and it's dealing with the same type of people.
But it's the exact same thing, dealing with family.
Yeah, the same type of situation, and it's just like I learned in the worst way. Like trying to do everything I could to try to make everybody happy, the girls happy, the kids happy, the daddy happy, the mom, like. And it's just like all for nothing.
Yeah, and like you said, all of that is coming from experience. Yeah. As far as like staying into something, staying into negativity too long, and then having to see like the blowback and and the bad effects, the side effects that it has on your family by keeping cancerous people like that around. Yeah. They're going to be the ones that's going to suffer more than you guys. Yeah. At the end of the day, 10 years will go by. And you'll be looking back saying that I made the best decision in my life. And they'll be looking at 10 years to pass by like,
we've been sitting back here made the wrong and decision. All we needed to do was just act right. Like, and that's it. That's really all you're doing is forcing them to act the way that you want them to be, like around your children. That's really it. You're not, I don't see it any other way. It's like I'm not telling you to do anything but to act right when it comes to my kids.
And to truly be accepting of the type of lifestyle that we want to live.
So think of it that way.
Exactly.
Don't think of it as in I'm trying to keep y'all away. Like, no, I never said that. But that's how they're gonna play it back.
But when somebody puts boundaries like that, that's how they feel.
Oh yeah.
So you get that defensive negativity.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, y'all think y'all are? No, I don't think anything.
Y'all are too good.
I think I'm making the right decision, and I'm trying to make the best decision for my family. That's it.
That's when you start hearing all of that, like all the backlash, all the nasty things that they say. Yeah. Like all the nasty things that they're saying now is what they wanted to say before.
They already thought that.
Exactly.
Yeah. And that's probably what they were telling your kids too.
Yeah. At the end of the day, I hope that all of their families can come together at some point, at some juncture.
Yeah, you know what I mean? That's what you're wishing for.
That's the hope at the end of the day. So hopefully, that can happen.
Right. Exactly.
Where they can be a big, happy family the way that God intended it to be.
Should be. Right. Right, y'all. So that is going to wrap this episode, y'all. I know we ran a little long today, but it's always good to see you guys. Thank y'all so much for tapping in. Like, thank y'all for all the positive feedback and the commentary and the questions that y'all send. Y'all can also send us questions as well. It doesn't have to necessarily be confession. So thank y'all so much just participating and being here with us along on this journey, y'all. It has been, we're in episode 21. This is episode 21. So
right now,
slowly but surely, we're growing this channel, y'all. So make sure y'all share this video. Okay, tell somebody, tell a friend about a friend to come over here and check out Extra Script with Asian BJ. Absolutely. And make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe, smash the notification bell so you don't miss any videos from Asian BJ. If y'all are listening to us on the streaming platform, thank y'all so much for tapping in. Make sure you hit that auto download button, okay? And hug your babies, kiss your loved ones, pet your dogs, y'all. I love y'all so much. If ain't nobody else told you today, just know that I do love you.
Absolutely.
And we're going to see y'all in the next episode, y'all.
Peace and blessings, y'all.
Yeah.
Y'all take it easy, and we will see you guys sooner than later.